Hi Virginia, it's Tom here, trying to stay cozy warm, relaxing after work here, and I'm trying to beat the deadline of entering your holiday traditions contest. I will say that our holiday traditions as a family have become more simpler as everybody has gotten older. You know, I'm single again, and I celebrate Christmas with my siblings and parents and their families. So, they have their traditions, I'm sure, at home, but when I see them, we have just things we do. I wouldn't call them traditions. But, so, with that said, I'll tell you what we do. I don't know that it's so much the things that other people have told you about, their traditions with their family and their ornaments and all that. Everybody's just too old for that now. But basically, at some point after Thanksgiving, I always help my mom. They live a couple of streets over. I help my mom decorate the house for the holidays. And, Christmas Eve, everybody does their own thing with their families. I used to go and visit some friends on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, I usually go over to my parents' house a little bit earlier than my sister and their families, because I help my mom, get everything ready for the dinner that we have around lunchtime. And I help finish up all the dishes and get everything out, and, just get the presents out and all that kind of stuff for her. And sometimes we'll have breakfast and coffee and things like that with my mom and my dad. Traditions, I would say most of them at this point revolve around food. And it's that we have usually the same food for Christmas every year, and that is usually a wonderful, wonderful ham that is just so good. And we make a nice glaze to go over it, and I make homemade macaroni and cheese, Southern style, we have lots of side dishes and appetizers and things like that, and the grandkids love having chips and onion dip and all of that kind of stuff, and lots of cookies and pies, and we have a birthday cake for Jesus. And so yeah. It does, most of what we do now revolves around food and family hanging together. And basically, so let me just recap. Everybody comes to my mom and dad's house for the holidays now after they do their own thing with their families at home. I have two sisters. They do their thing at home, and then they come on over. Let's see. So everybody comes over around 12:30, 1 o'clock, whatever. We eat, and we do a buffet style because there's just too many of us to have a sit-down dinner anymore. And then after that, we all hang out and exchange presents. And we usually go around one person with one present, and we just keep moving around the room until we're done. And we just hang out and catch up with one another, because everybody's lives are just so busy these days. And I go weeks without seeing my sisters and their families and the nephews and nieces and everything. And so really, we catch up, and we get to spend more time than normal during the holidays and reconnect. And then we normally watch a movie or two. We usually have, the quintessential Christmas movies, the, Christmas with the Cranks kind of movie kind of thing, and Last Christmas, and different Christmas movies. We usually end up watching those on Christmas evening, and then we usually eat all the same food again for dinner. But you know, I mean, things have really changed, like I said, over the years. You know, when we were kids, we'd get up really early, and you know, we'd have put cookies out for Santa and the whole 9 yards. But you know, as you get older, those things just don't happen anymore. You know, we used to participate in Christmas programs at church and things like that, and you know, nobody does that anymore. So we don't have a lot of traditions anymore. So that's that from my household, from my family. But this year, my parents will not be going to Florida like they normally do the day after Christmas. They normally go for the rest of the winter and don't come back until April. But my dad's health has not been the greatest, so they are staying home this winter, and so we'll be hanging out there probably for a couple of days after Christmas too. And that's about it. So I hope this is what you wanted. Not very exciting, not very sentimental, but like I said, as everybody's older these days, there's not many traditions left at this point. So, all right, happy holidays to you and your family, and to everybody else out there. Take care. Bye.